Good
Hey
evening.
everyone, we already have a guest who had knocked at the door, just wanted to get in, and the gentleman to my right or left, whatever it is, depending on the view, needs no further introduction. It's a absolute legend among the community. It's Gareth from Video Tasties. Welcome, sir.
That's too kind. I don't know who you were talking
So
about.
first things first, everyone, can you guys hear us? Can you guys see us? That's the most important thing. Just wait for a few comments to drop in.
Okay.
Let's see, let's put this banner on. There you go. Subject of the stream is some preamble Al Pacino talk, because I'm doing my Al Pacino review series starting this Friday, the 9th of June. Yes. So I've been rewatching, I should say, all the Al Pacino films again, writing up reviews for them, doing the reviews, recording it, etc., etc. It helps if I go to the comment section. There we go. The viewer Drew is here. Hey everyone, what's up? What's up, Drew? Thank you for joining in. We're starting with the quote already. Just right. Pull me back in.
That's the third one.
Indeed. Hey, there's Mike from Dake Films. Hey, Mike. How's it going? He can see and hear us. That's good. Mike can hear us. That's good. I think everybody can hear us. So now that Carlos has already, and you have already started with the quotes, I found it.
That's where I thought I was out. They pulled me back in.
Oh, I found that clip and I wanted to share it here. Of course, it won't be the only thing we'll be joining. We'll be sharing, I should say. I do have a trailer of the show, which I'm going to show in just a few minutes, as soon as a couple of people have tuned in. So, Gareth, I'm supposing now that I have a guest, I should do some questions. What was your first Pacino film? Your introduction to Pacino?
I'm trying to think now. Because then, was it Dick Tracy or it was Sea of Love? I'm thinking the main ones I can remember.
Yeah.
But I probably saw Scarface on TV late night in the 80s. So it might be that.
Yeah, that was my introduction. I remember to this day, I was 11 years old. I think my brother, he had the Scarface video game, and I already liked watching him play that, and then finding out there was a movie. I was okay. Yeah. My parents were okay with me watching my brother play the game, but they weren't necessarily okay with me watching the film. So actually, I snuck up the DVD because my brother had the DVD. I snuck up the DVD to my room and put it in the DVD player. And I just remember sitting there just being totally mesmerized by and the film. It was, for an 11-year-old, it was a sight to behold for sure.
Fox saucer.
Indeed, and I was a fan ever since of that film and of Pacino. So that's where I started my my deep dive into Pacino. I watched the Godfather films afterwards and made my way through pretty much all these films right here.
I was going to say, he's done a few films now.
Yeah, just a couple. Great, Sea of Love. So, would you say Scarface is his best or The Godfather? I'm coming out with the tough questions immediately. So, Scarface or The Godfather?
Yeah, what the hell? So I'm gonna say Scarface. I think I prefer the 80s vibe.
Yeah. For me, same. Obviously, because it's a film that introduced me. I just got another viewer here. Here's Rob from Rob's Vintage Videos. Hi, Rob. Thank you for joining in. So for me, it's my favorite film of all time, pretty much. But I do have to say The Godfather is right there, number 2 for me. It's very, very close. I mean, both are iconic films. Now, here we go. This is another great one. Dick Tracy. You mentioned it earlier. That is a great one. One I haven't watched. Actually, I'm very much looking forward to that.
I'm old and grew up in the 80s. He had a bad 80s after the revolution and stuff like that. So he didn't make anything until Dick Tracy and Sea of Love were his comebacks.
Yeah, Sea of Love was the comeback film. That was in '89, I guess, 1990 for the UK maybe. Then afterwards were Dick Tracy and Godfather 3 and stuff. Let's see, what does Mike say? Oh, it's the first complete film he can remember, but quickly found the Godfather film as my first. There you go. Yeah, man, like I was saying, I'm really looking forward to rewatching Dick Tracy again so I can do the review on my channel, which it's going to be a while because I will be featured in season 2, I think. Everybody's coming up with some quotes here. Let's see. He's better in Scarface than the Godfather. Yeah, but I can see that. That's a strong argument. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Which one do you watch more, though?
Indeed, yeah. As much as I love Scarface, The Godfather is a far complete movie.
Well, yeah.
Maybe. Here's Carlos with another quote. Here comes the pain from Carlito's Way. I absolutely love that film as well. A lot of people might say they actually put.
I'm trying to think what I saw in the cinema. Because I saw Carlito's Way in the cinema and Frankie and Johnny.
I do like Frankie and Johnny.
I don't know which one of those came first.
I think Frankie and Johnny was 91. Carlito's Way was 93. I think.
Okay, sounds right.
Mr. Senor Sanchez is here. I keep saying it. He's my favorite one.
Him in August.
Oh yeah, true. He just saw the Expendables 4 trailer. Okay, so we are talking Pacino, but I can go off somewhere for this a little bit because I did also check out the trailer and it was awful. So much green screen CGI crap just in the trailer alone. Megan Fox, she's a nice looking woman, of course. She's eye candy, beautiful, but I don't believe her for a minute as an action star. They should have gone with a Cynthia Rothrock or Ronda Rousey or whoever. Someone who's a legitimate tough guy, but is also
to choose
tough chick, but is also beautiful. Watching The Irishman last night. Yeah, The Irishman. Yeah, that has quickly become one of my all-time favorites, The Irishman. When I watched that in 2019 when it came out, that just blew me away. I think I might have watched that already 20 times or something. I've watched that one.
I think I've only seen it once so far.
Yeah, that's how much I love him. I think in the first week I watched it twice or 3 times. Yeah, in the first week of release.
Yeah.
Can't believe I'm missing Charisma Carpenter. Oh yeah, she was in the first 2 Expendables, wasn't she? Or in the first one, I think.
Yeah, definitely the first one. Come on now.
Yeah, Statham's girlfriend, wasn't it? Yeah.
Better off without her.
I remember watching Day Afternoon and not quite getting the ending, but then I was a kid. Actually, Dog Day Afternoon is the review I'm working on at the moment, and man, I have nothing but love and admiration for that film. That is such a well put together film. I mean, again, Sidney Lumet, we were talking about him earlier on Gareth's stream. He done a couple of films with Sean Connery. He did 2 films with Pacino. Great director. He always did a great film, delivered a solid film. And Bob is there, the Equalizer. Oh, look at that. Bringing out the guns. You missed the perfect opportunity for a quote. You should have said, say hello to my little friend.
Damn,
you're late.
Oh, Mike's, you're late.
It's another Irishman quote. Yeah, I do like that. And Pacino's character in Irishman would be pissed off because I am wearing shorts, which he didn't like in the film. It's going to work better at home. My arse was so sore watching it at the cinema. Yeah, I can imagine. What is that, 3.5 hours?
It was, wasn't it? Yes. Because it was a Netflix film, isn't it? But I guess it got a physical release.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Finally, by let me see if I can pull it out here.
I guess that was probably one of the rules that make it
from Criterion. Yeah. Yeah, but that was a Netflix film, and I think it only got a limited theatrical run for like a month or something. Which, yeah, it's a shame. But then again, it is a 3.5-hour film. Not many people are rushing out to see those, unless it's Avatar or something. But
well, exactly. People are around the block for that one.
Indeed. Some of your underrated Pacino movies. Yeah, I got a couple. Actually, one that I also watched just the other day, Bobby Deerfield from '77. A lot of people think that film shitted. It's one of the more underappreciated Pacino films, but I actually do really like it. I mean, it's not sort of my cup of tea. It's a similar story with Clint Eastwood's The Bridges of Madison County, in that it is a sort of love story, a tragic love story. But Pacino gives a really, really great performance in that. Very subdued. He's not the usual shouty Pacino, but then again, in the '70s, he wasn't all about that yet. So fits right in there. And I actually think that is a very underrated film, very beautifully shot. It's a Sidney Pollack film. Nice locations, European locations. It's a very good film. Also, Frankie and Johnny, I would say, is an underrated one. I do like that film as well. I'm trying to think now. Donnie Brasco, I would say, is still underrated. I love Donnie Brasco. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. That film really made me appreciate Johnny Depp as an actor a lot. That film,
that's definitely true. I'm just trying to look. I'm scrolling the hundreds of films he's done. They're all great, but just The Inside. I love that. I saw that when it came in the cinema.
Oh yeah, The Insider. Yeah.
And then the other one was, well, apart from Insomnia.
That is an underrated one. Yeah, I agree.
The Recruit, I do like that one, where you don't know what the hell's going on or who to trust.
Oh, yeah. With Colin Farrell. Yeah.
But then one I do love is Ocean's 13.
Yeah, he is
because of him.
Yeah.
Because he's playing the bad guy.
True. Yeah. That's another one I will have to add to my list. I have it here, but I actually forgot about that.
Well, yeah, I don't associate him with the film unless I look at it and then I see him on the poster. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I've been sort of deciding on. Am I going to do the films where he's only the main star, or am I also going to include some of these cameo or sort of supporting roles? If I don't, I would not have the torture upon me to watch Jack and Jill again. So that
I was just saying, Jack and Jill. Are you going to watch it?
However, I really think I'm going to include every film that he's in, even if it's just a smaller part. So unfortunately, I will get around to Jack and Jill at some point.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I actually have a funny story about that. I've seen it in cinema, believe it or not. First Pacino film I saw in cinema. I was old enough to see in cinema. And it was sort of like a midday, late afternoon showing, around, I think, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., something like that. And the theater was empty. I was the only person in the cinema. Yeah. That should have told me something, but I stuck with the film anyway.
Well, it's not a good thing. Because I've been plenty of good films I've been on my own in.
Yeah. But that's the only time it happened with me so far. What's this? About 4 hours, including trailers. I also turned up at the cinema early because I wanted first dips on a center seat. Okay, I see. Yeah,
Irishman. Yeah, that's it. Can't leave your seat. I haven't seen Bobby Deerfield either.
Yeah, this definitely one I recommend. If I can find the fucking DVD, where it is. Right there it is. Right there, this is it.
I see it. Yeah, 1977. Yes.
Plays a race car driver, Formula One driver. Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually a really good film. Yeah, there is a Blu-ray of it, but it's released in the US, Twilight Time. I think it's out of print, so you're going to have to pay money if you want the Blu-ray. But the DVD, I think it's still pretty much available. So I might track down a copy on Blu-ray if I can ever find a cheaper one, but it doesn't seem likely now. But feel about films like Offer, and Revolution. Offer, I would also say is a little bit underrated. It's more of a family comedy film.
Yeah, I've seen it years ago, but I don't remember much about it. From
I do like that film because I do always like seeing a more sensitive side to Pacino. Revolution, though, I would say it depends on the version you're watching. The theatrical,
that got now.
Yeah, theatrical version isn't that great. And it's not as if the director's cut is a massive improvement, but that is a much more superior cut. That one.
Who was the director?
I also have that on the UK Blu-ray, PFI edition.
Hugh Hudson.
Yeah, it has both versions of it on Blu-ray.
I remember it coming out and everyone panning it.
Yeah, this was one of the biggest flops in history. I think it was certainly one of the biggest flops for Pacino.
Yeah, he took a while to recover from that one.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So we got friends react. Yeah, Donnie Brasco is a very film. Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen that, that's definitely one that I recommend to check out. Who's a better shouter, Gene Hackman? I gotta give it to Al. Nobody can shout like Pacino.
Yeah, I think Gene Hackman.
Funny you mentioned that because they did a film together.
They did.
Scarecrow.
Couple of bums.
Indeed. That is another one that I would say is underrated. I do say that in my review of the film, but I'm getting ahead of myself there.
Spoilers.
So we're gonna get through a few minutes before we're gonna drop the trailer. So yeah, I just finished cleaning up the streets of Port Connecticut.
Again.
I'm getting too old for this shit. Ooh, Insider is arguably man's best film. Not only is it tense, but it's ultimately quite moving. Saw that in the cinema too.
I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, that's a good soundtrack. So you would put that over Heat, or would you say Heat is the better film?
Well, for man, I guess depends what you're in the mood for. Totally different films.
Yeah, they are. One is a crime heist caper film, and yeah, The Insider is more of a drama, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you're gonna put the heat on with the crack up the volume.
But yeah, with that massive shootout in the streets, that is one of the best shootouts in the history of cinema.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cruising and Insomnia. No, Insomnia can get behind, but Cruising. Actually, I was telling this. Yeah, I was telling this to Gareth before the stream. I watched that last night in preparation for my review series. And literally, the thing I said after the credits roll, I said it to myself, obviously because no one was here. But I said, "How the fuck am I going to review this film?" Literally, those are the words I said. Because it's such a confusing film. I still don't know quite what to make of the plot and stuff. But yeah, we shall see when we get there. It's going to be a few episodes down the road. But the scene where Crowe and Pacino are going back and forth while Pacino's on the beach. Yeah, I remember that scene. That's a good scene, indeed. Sea of Love, Dick Tracy, Godfather 3, Frankie and Johnny, Khalil's. Whoa, he's naming off the classics there. And then he gets the right.
Really?
I watched at my local cinema.
Righteous
Kid,
What happened to that film?
Actually, I do have to be honest. Righteous Kill is one that I never personally minded as much as people do. I mean, it's still not the greatest film.
I don't hate it, I think, but yeah.
I don't hate. I certainly don't hate it as much as I do Jack and Jill. But with Pacino and De Niro, it could have been better. But luckily, we got The Irishman a few years after. So yeah. Hugh Hudson was held in high regard, but his career was never the same after Revolution. Yeah, he did Chariots of Fire, was it?
I think so. Sounds right. Yeah. Someone will tell us if I can't find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had 4 years off between Revolution and Sea of Love.
Yeah, true. He took a 4-year hiatus. Yeah.
But, Hugh Hudson, yeah. And he did. He died this year.
He died not that long ago. Yeah.
February. Greystoke Legend of Tarzan. Was his big one.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't make many films. But honestly, Revolution didn't help.
There's another one we were talking about before the stream.
Spoilers.
What's your take on the ending?
Well, I was oblivious to what was going on. So I wasn't paying attention to watching the killer. I was like watching the hands and stuff rather than what they're wearing and who they look. But it did throw me when I thought, hang on, that looks like so and so, but he was supposed to be over here doing this there. So it is a confusion.
Yeah,
who done it?
It's a very weird thing that William Friedkin did. I think the first guy that gets killed is the same actor that plays the killer in the second killing scene. So it's very confusing. Yeah.
But yeah. So there's, about halfway through, I thought, hang on, this isn't going as a normal film would. There's something very odd going on. And it's never resolved. You never find out the truth or whatever.
That's the thing. And like I said, as I was watching it yesterday, I did pick up on something that I didn't pick up on before. It might mean nothing. It might just be my interpretation of it. But after two of the sort of major killings in the film, one guy gets killed in a gay porno theater, and one guy gets killed in a park. Right after both scenes, you see Pacino in the same getup that the killer wore. So I think now after this recent rewatch that Pacino is the killer, but we're still not 100% sure, to be honest. But still very ambiguous. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's not bad. It's average.
Yeah, it's average. Yeah, I mean, there's one scene with De Niro that does crack me up when he's sort of having a back and forth with what's his name? He also played Benny Blanco from the Bronx and Carlitos. John
Leguizamo.
That's the one. Leguizamo. Yeah, I think.
Something like that.
Where he's like, it's a cop, and De Niro goes, no, it's not a cop, it's a cop. What do you mean it's a cop? And he just keeps saying that. That was a funny moment, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't mind 88 minutes either because it's a bit of a thriller, but it's a short film.
Yeah, that's another one I don't mind. Yeah,
the director's cut as well.
Yeah, longer than 88 minutes. It's not a major difference, to be honest. I think it adds just 1 or 2 minutes of footage. Some favorite Pacino scenes. Oh, that's a good one. Obviously, let me get my.
Stop showing off.
Right here. Say hello to my little friend. This is a giant thing. I still have to hang this on the wall somewhere. I like the scene in Godfather 1 where he's first introduced and he's telling Kay, played by Diane Keaton, the story about his family, the story about Luca Brasi. And where you have the young Pacino voice. I'm going to do it. Haven't done young Pacino in a while, but you sort of have to pitch your voice very high, talk like a New Yorker, right? So he's telling the story to Diane Keaton. Luca Brasi had a gun to his head, and my father assured him that either his brains or his signature will be on the contract. And then he says, "That's my family, Kate. That's not me." It's a small scene, but I do like that scene a lot. Similar in the same film, The Godfather, the evolution of Michael Corleone, where you see him become the Godfather. You sort of see the wheel spinning, where he's saying that he's going to go into the restaurant and shoot Salazzo and the police captain, and everybody's just like, "Haha, you're the college boy. What are you going to do? You're going to kill him?" And James Gunn's like, "You got to get up close. Bada bing! You get that brains all over your Ivy League suit, Michael." It's a good scene. Man, there's many. The Attica scene in Dog Day.
Yeah. It's parodied so much, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much all those scenes in Dog Day when he's going off with the cop. Forget the actor's name. Charles Durning. That's it. There's too many. Those are just a couple. Gareth.
She got a great ass.
Yeah, we can't forget about that one. And you like all the way up it.
Or something. Yeah, you got so many. I can't think of any. It was like the speech never given Sunday and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. If we're talking speeches, I would also add the Sound of Woman speech. And if I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place.
It's like Devil's Advocate as well, with her. Talking about she thinks she's just been fucked by like a football team, and it's just little old me.
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
I'm the hand up Mona Lisa's skirt, something like that is what he said.
Yeah. Greystoke is a good movie. Yeah, indeed. This bug has Tarzan films go.
That used to be my sort of criticism on Heat. That one fell a little too long for me, but nowadays I really, really enjoy it, and it works well in its pacing for me. But when I was a kid, yeah, it was a bit slower paced for me, that film.
Yeah.
Off the top. Oh, that's okay, Mike. Got my James Bond book from your video. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an amazing movie. Actually, I can't show it right now because my iPad is resting on that as we speak. But yeah, that is an amazing book.
Protected, is it?
Oh, nothing is going to get through that. I think you can fire a 44 Magnum bullet into this book.
Quite safe.
Very thick. Yeah, that's good to hear, Mike. I hope you will love it indeed.
Yeah, if you can lift it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Most underrated Scarface time. Maybe you can handle yourself one of those first-class tickets to the resurrection. Yeah, man, you hit me with any Scarface quote, I'm going to reenact the full scene because I have that film in my. I can close my eyes and see the film right now. That's how much.
That's not healthy.
No. Yeah, I do remember hearing Pacino talk about that in an interview. Yeah, but that is why he is all of a sudden he shouts and stuff, and he's sort of unhinged. Yeah, indeed. All right, so that looks like the end of the comments for now. So I got a little trailer to show you guys for the upcoming series. It's going to be debuting live right here. Yeah, here it is. If you guys just bear with me, and we're going to play that in a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Expecting an army?
No.
Nobody move! Get over there! Don't fucking move! Put it down! Don't ever fucking move! Shut the fuck up! Fucking guns away! Drop that gun! Put their guns down! Put their guns down! Put fucking guns down!
Need I remind you, you are in a court of law?
You die, motherfucker! Say hello to my little friend!
Michael Ritchie, would you be baptized?
What you think I am, huh? What you think I am, a fucking worm like you?
There you go.
You know what, Schwarzenegger? he's fired a lot of guns in his films.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. So that's why I decided to make a sort of big action-packed sort of trailer. Yeah. Today, guys, that will also be on YouTube on my channel right after this stream will end. Actually, I could just publicize it now because I do have my phone ready. But yeah, there you go. That's the trailer. Plenty of Pacino talk to come in those videos. The pool hall scene in Carlito's Way, the restaurant scene with oh yeah, how can I forget about that? Yeah. Obviously Tony Montana getting ready to blow up the door. Yeah, say a lot to my little friend. Favorite Pacino scenes. Yeah, I mean that scene with De Niro in Heat, where they're going back and forth. Really the first time that they share the screen together. Crazy. When it comes down to it, I'm gonna have to take you down. I won't like it, but I'll do it. What does he say? If it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife you're gonna turn into a widow, brother, you are going down. And then De Niro comes back. There's a flip side to that coin. What if you do got me boxed in and I gotta put you down? Because no matter what, you will not get in my way. I love that scene.
I know, it's ridiculous how long it took. What, 30 years of them acting to get together?
Yeah, the thing is, they were together in Godfather 2.
Well, yeah.
But unfortunately, they never shared a scene because of the different timelines. But yeah. Is there any actor who does combustible? Might be because English is my second language, but what is combustible?
Blowing up. Setting on fire, just going from 0 to 100, I guess.
Yeah, I get it. That's a good question, actually. Yeah, Pacino definitely is right. I think Nicholson is another actor that really does that well. Yeah.
Because wasn't it Sea of Love? Not Sea of Love. Scent of a Woman was when he sort of changed to that hoo-ha and shouty.
Yeah, that was sort of Sea of Sound of a Woman, indeed. I would actually argue that it also started with Dick Tracy because he shouts a lot in Dick Tracy as well.
I love it when he's trying to show the dancing girls how they should be dancing.
Yeah, love that scene. Yeah, he's very funny in that film, actually. With Madonna, yeah. I don't know what it is, but his sort of the way that they made him up and everything, and he sort of has a hunch,
doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's very funny.
But yeah, who else kicks off like he does? No one, I don't think.
Thank you, Franz. Yeah, no, who kicks off like him? Yeah, like I said, the only one I can just right now think of is Nicholson, who sort of does that as well. Yeah,
there's definitely no one new that does it, is there?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's a shame. Fuck Gaspar Gomez. Yeah. When Robert Loggia is sort of ranting on him for making a deal with Sosa. What about Gaspar Gomez? What is he gonna do? Fuck Gaspar Gomez and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all. I buried us cockroaches.
Oh yes, the cockroaches.
So you've played that game, haven't you? This Scarface.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I completed it because I was just too busy going around shooting people. But
it is fun shooting people in a game.
It is fun shooting, and then just kicking off lines. And because who's the actor that it's a stand-up comedian that does the voice, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a voice alike that Pacino actually selected himself because Pacino couldn't do the voice and the accent anymore. Yeah, Andre something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I won't sleep until I know, but yeah. That was what 2006. That game. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it was.
Because I'm gonna say there's a lot of. Have you been watching the Hunters TV show it's been doing?
I'm glad that you mentioned that. Yeah, I actually have watched that. I actually recently watched season 2. It took me a while to get around to season 2, but
yeah,
did it now. Yeah,
season 1 now.
Yeah, that was the end of the series. Unfortunately, I was actually enjoying it. I like that vibe. Sort of the Inglourious Bastards kind of vibe to it.
But there's a lot of films he's done in the last 10, 20 years. I haven't seen like Hangman, Pirates of Somalia, Misconduct, Danny Collins, Manglehorn, The Humbling, Salom, Phil Spector, We're Not Animals, Stand Up Guys, The Son of No One, You Don't Know Jack. So it's been quite a few that haven't been to the cinema by the look of it. So
this is the guy that does the voice. I don't think I can pronounce that, but yeah, Andres Soplizio. Yeah. I'm sorry if he's watching. I'm sorry I butchered that, but yeah, but no, that game, man, I have to say, it probably is the only sort of Grand Theft Auto style open world game where you actually have a swear button. You can actually press the button, and Tony Montana will keep swearing. No other game has done that since.
I need to play that again now.
And also, when you're shooting everybody, he's saying, you fucking cockroach, just say hello to my little friend, all that stuff. He says all the lines. Yeah, great game. Oh wait, we had that one already. Here we go. Devil's Advocate. Yes.
I thought I was thinking of horror.
Yeah, that is horror-esque. Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah.
There's not enough that it's down here. I think I got it's in a cardboard box case. It's not down yet.
But yeah, I do love The Devil's Advocate. Yeah. Virtue of the devil is in his loins. Vanity, definitely my favorite sin. Hey, Sneaky Walrus. What's up? Hope you're doing good, man. Keep up all the good work. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. He's an absentee landlord.
Francis going all Pacino right there.
I love that line.
Yeah. He's a sadist. This is actually a good point I do want to touch up on. Yeah, despite being nominated a few times for an Academy Award, he's only won one. Yeah, you got. I definitely am surprised in that. In the 70s, he was nominated for both Godfather films, Serpico, and Dog Day Afternoon, but lost out on every single one of those.
How could be better than those?
Yeah. I mean, the only one that I can sort of get is for Dog Day Afternoon, because Jack Nicholson won for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is also a really great performance. So I can accept one, even though I still would have preferred if it was Pacino. But I can at least accept that quote unquote defeat. But no, for Serpico, The Godfather 1 and 2, he should have won for any of those films. Really, especially Serpico, he just really disappears into that role. He really gets into character in that film. He actually was so into character that he sort of pulled over a truck driver who was polluting for air pollution. He had his fake movie badge. Hey, you fucker, pull over. Talk about living the part. Yeah, Donnie Brasco, I do feel like he should have been nominated for that one as well. And I mean, we'll have to talk about the biggest crime in history. No nomination at all for Scarface, really? Academy Awards, really? Yeah. Nothing? What the hell was that?
Has any Brian De Palma film been nominated?
That's a good point, actually.
I'm trying to think of any. Or maybe Untouchables, but not for directing.
Yeah, Untouchables, I think, for Morricone's music, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sean Connery won the acting one.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't think of anything else that would be.
No, I don't think Carrie would have been nominated. Dress to Kill, no. Although they're great films.
Yeah.
They are great films, yeah.
What did he win one for?
Slender Woman is the only one that he's scored for, yeah. Which a lot of people will say is sort of like the Academy saying, we're sorry we didn't give you the Oscar before, have it here. But
yeah,
despite that, I mean, I think there's a little bit of that, but he still gave a great performance.
Oh, yeah. He still carries on for other stuff he's done, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he was actually nominated in that same year also as a supporting actor for Glengarry Glen Ross. He was nominated in 2 categories that year.
That's a good one. I love that film. I don't know, I didn't see that on the list.
I know that I'm hoping he might turn up here in the comments, but Dan from Dan's Movie Cave, he's also a huge fan of this film. Glen Ross.
Such a cool film.
This man right here still has to see it, though.
What the? Always be closing. Get on with it.
Always be closing. Carlos, always be watching. Come on, watch it.
First prize is a car. Second prize is a set of knives. Third prize is you're fired.
Third prize is you're fired, yeah. Oh, man, now you make me want to watch that film again.
Yeah. I'll wrap this up.
Hey, Trevor from Double Bill Movies.
Hey.
Evening, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about Cruising a little bit earlier. That's still one of the more confusing films of his career. Even though it's well made and everything. I'm not going to take that from it.
Yeah, right.
Director.
Yeah. Frame by frame,
Yeah.
Right.
This one worth analyzing, though. You really have to go by it, yeah. I think maybe the reason Donnie Brasco got snubbed is because a good gangster film was more common back then. Of course, nowadays, it probably wouldn't be made today. So
yeah, can't win.
True. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the 90s. Donnie Brasco was 97. I mean, in the 90s, we had Goodfellas, Casino. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, the Tarantino films. The Godfather 3 was 1990, so that counts. Yeah, we had some good gangster films in that decade for sure. Yeah. But yeah, Donnie Brasco should have. I think Johnny Depp should have been nominated, and also Pacino. They were both real. And Michael Madsen was actually really good in that film as well. And can you believe it? It's directed by a Brit. A Brit made a great American gangster film.
Yes.
The director of Four Weddings and a Funeral, I think he did that film, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember such a big thing about someone directing what is a technically American gangster film.
And like Al Bundy would say, that's sort of the same thing, isn't it? Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Yeah, scene.
But yeah, this is true right here. From the critics couldn't handle it. De Palma had to sort of resubmit the film multiple times to just get the R rating. He finally got the R rating on his third or fourth cut, and then he was like, "Wait a minute! If this one gets an R rating, the first cut should get an R rating." And the ratings board were like, "No, Brian, it doesn't work that way."
Yeah,
I'm sure they won't notice. So he gave us the first cut anyway. Absolutely legend, De Palma. Yeah. Saying that was nominated for a Razzie a few times, including Scarface. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier on Garrett's stream. The Razzies don't mean shit. I mean, if you look at people that were nominated or won Razzies, and you look at people who haven't, I mean, Steven Seagal has never been nominated. One Al Pacino has, and Sylvester Stallone has, and De Palma has. They're bullshit.
Yeah. What year was Scarface?
83.
So yeah, I guess same stuff for like The Thing and stuff. They slated it back then, didn't they?
Yeah, The Thing was 82, wasn't it? Yeah, that was around the same time. Yeah.
Probably
goes to show you the quit. And back then, they didn't know shit.
But the only people trusted back then. And they changed their opinion about 10 years later.
Yeah, true. He's awesome at Santa Woman. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. I love that line he says to Chris O'Donnell. You know, you are in no position to disagree with me. I have loaded 45. You got pimples.
I remember that come out in the cinema, but I never went to see it because I thought I didn't understand what it was about, going by the poster.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, for me, that was a
old man around town.
What's that?
Just an old guy, a young guy leading an old guy around town.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. No. For me, that was a total blind watch when I first watched that film. It was around that time where I was really getting into Pacino's films, and every week I remember this. I got pocket money from my parents, and every week I went to the physical media store to get a movie. And at that time, I was getting only Pacino films, so I was browsing the shelves there in the store. I saw Santa Woman. I was like, Pacino was in there. So I have to, but I didn't know what it was about. I thought he was blind because I think he has the blind, sort of cane on the cover. The stick, yeah, that's it. But I had no idea, so I popped it in, and I was like, let's just watch it. And then 2.5 hours later, because that's also a pretty long film, I was like, damn, that was a good film.
Yeah. Director of Beverly Hills Cop, Midnight Run, and Gigli.
Indeed, I hope you found out afterwards. Yeah. Oh God, Gigli. Yeah, I have to do that. Well.
Poor bastard.
That's actually one so far I haven't seen it, so that will be a first time for me.
But yeah, just not one person said it's all right. They just said it's terrible.
Martin Scorsese is widely regarded as being the greatest director of all time. Yeah, but only won one Oscar for The Departed. Yeah,
exactly.
There you go. Another one of those big injustice things from the Academy. Yeah, he definitely should have won for Raging Bull or Taxi Driver. I could go on and on. Scorsese. Yeah. There you go. The Razzies always had their biases. Yeah, they nominate Stallone a lot in the 80s, didn't they? I think pretty much every Stallone film he got nominated in the 80s.
Yeah, some stuff you can understand, but
yeah, I can maybe understand Rhinestone, but
Showgirls.
Oh crap! The comments just jumped. I was going to go to this one.
Yeah.
Obviously, Scarface is full-on harder edge gangster film. Yeah, Pacino's role is quite excess, but in some ways, Carlito's Way is a better uncrafted movie from De Palma and more experience. I can definitely see the argument there. Yeah. Yeah, and he plays Latino gangsters in both, so there's a big similarity there as well. Going from Cuban to Puerto Rican.
My woke channel disagrees with that. He shouldn't be playing either.
Yeah, it actually surprised me that people haven't come after Scarface because Pacino.
Don't mention it.
Oh yeah.
Next.
Never mind. Next.
Don't go back that far.
Well, to get back to Carlos here, I can definitely see that argument. But for me, I might be biased because Scarface just was that one film that really made me a fan, and honestly made me the big movie fan in general that I am today. I mean, I wouldn't have all these movies if it weren't for that experience. I think. I mean, because of that, I watched Pacino, then I went on to De Niro, and etc. 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 It kept going and going. So yeah. Wouldn't disagree with that, but I've seen Scarface a lot more times. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. Yeah. I mean, I lost count how many times I've seen Scarface. At about 200 watches, I lost count right around there. So, I used to love the film so much when I watched that as a very impressionable 11-year-old. I actually watched that once a week for a long time. I watched it once a week, that film.
And it didn't turn you to crime.
No, I'm still very, relatively normal kind of guy. Just
watches Scarface 200 times.
Yeah, just obsessed with movies. That's what it done for me. How would you compare Carlito's Way? Yeah, we're talking about him now. How would you compare him? There are some similarities.
Oranges and apples. Yeah, they're two gangster films, but they're completely different, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess Scarface is sort of the rise and fall, and with Carlito's Way, you sort of got more of a redemption story, don't you?
A
failed redemption story, but redemption nonetheless. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't trust your henchman.
Yeah, Pachanga. Yeah, Luis Guzman, isn't it? Yeah.
Never liked him since, no matter what he's in. And don't try your own product.
Yeah. Never get on supply. Yeah. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for watching. Take care.
You might have been quite successful if you'd done that.
Yeah. Oh, the same on that. Yeah. Take care, Trevor. Okay. People saying.
Take care.
Oh no, that's okay. Dan. Damn it! Now my mind is going to Moshe. I was calling Mike Dan. I mean Mike, obviously. So yeah, we're talking about favorite scenes and favorite moments and such. I did find a couple compilation clips on YouTube of some great Pacino shouting scenes.
Let me turn my volume down.
Yeah, indeed. If with earphones, you might want to turn it down because Pacino is allowed to shout. A lot of it is from Dick Tracy, I noticed, but here's a small compilation of some Pacino shouting scenes. Here we go.
Jesus, this whole thing stinks. Where are we going? Land! My life, you fuck! Hey, fuck you, man! Who put this thing together? Me! That's who! Who do I trust? Me! Eat cantaloupe! You billigan rhinoceros! Fucking women! Rocco, alive! No alarms! You're not out! When you are dead, then you are out! Lip's territory is my territory now! You challenge me, we all go down! There was one Napoleon, one Washington, one me! I am the law! No sense of duty, no sense of destiny! I'm looking for generals! What do I got? Foot soldiers! I want Dick Tracy dead! I just want to take your head and I want to crack it like a leg! No, I didn't mean that. It's safe! With my ass on the line, it's safe! So that's my business, all right? I don't trust you. Hey! I'm an officer, I'm a police officer! You didn't know me! You fire without looking? You fire without a warning, without a fucking brain in your head? In my home! In my bedroom where my wife sleeps? Give me a straight answer anymore! Was it a boy? Shut up! It was not what I wanted! Where am I gonna go? You hear me, Serpico? Stay away from me. Where am I gonna go? What were they doing back there? I don't know what the fuck they were doing. What were they doing back there? That's what I don't know what they were doing back there. You can't answer me, right? You can't answer me. What? Moretti! You think I sell him out? You fuck! I'll rub your nose in enlisted men's crud till you don't know which end is up. You understand? What do you want? What do you want here? Charlie! Take the fucking wax out of your ears. Grow up!
Yeah.
PTSD now.
Like I said before, nobody can shout like Al Pacino. Funny, as I was watching that, he says, "I am the law" in Dick Tracy, which I can't help but think of Stallone in Judge Dredd when he says,
yeah, I didn't pick up on it, but yeah. Fans are just...
Oh, actually, France, yeah, he picked up on it.
I'm the law.
Now the question, who did it better, Pacino or Stallone?
Stallone.
Yeah, we'll go with Sly. Only because I can't see Pacino in that helmet and outfit.
Yeah, I don't think he'd put up with that, would he?
Yeah, I don't think so. I would love to go back in time and watch Scarface on initial release. I can imagine people being horrified by it. Yeah, from what I've heard, people were walking out doing the chainsaw scene and stuff. It was quite an experience, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Like, oh, where are they going with that chainsaw?
And then actually, in the whole truth of it, you actually don't see anything. It's like the shower scene in Psycho. It's only implied. You don't actually see anything. Yeah, really, very well done by De Palma. Yeah, I was going to actually say it's now the 40th anniversary for Scarface this year. And yeah, that makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah, cheers for that, Jeff.
And actually, they are re-releasing the film in cinema here in the Netherlands. So I think that's next month. So I'm definitely going to see it on the big screen because I've not had that opportunity yet. So I'm really, really excited to see my favorite film on the big screen.
I bet.
Next month. Yeah, that's going to be a big event. Oh yeah, Sean Penn. Yeah, he was amazing in Carlito's Way. Barely recognizable with
that hair and his glasses.
Yeah. A fun fact for the gamers among us: his look actually inspired the character of Ken Rosenberg in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Very much inspired, but which that game is a big Scarface inspired game anyway. But yeah. Oh yeah, I do agree with that. Not to get ahead of my review of it, but Serpico is the ones that I find very, very underrated and people should check out more. Yeah, I do love Serpico.
Yeah, yes.
Very important film in more ways than one. Yeah, it's based on a true story and everything.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Did they make a TV show about it?
I think so, in the 70s or maybe 80s. Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember. I don't know. Never saw it or seen it on disc or anywhere.
Yeah, me neither. I've only heard about it. Yeah. Carl Urban. Actually, it's been a while since I watched his.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did he say "I am the law" or?
Yeah, I say that. Did he say it in the film? I can't remember.
Obviously, he didn't say it very well.
Well, not as well as Stallone, anyway.
I
am the law. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Indeed. Again, if there's people watching this that haven't seen any of these films we're talking about, Dog Day, Serpico, Scarface, Godfather, check those films out. Donnie Brasco, Carlito, check them.
It's a long list. I think Jeff's going to review apart from Neil.
I'm going to review everyone, yeah.
Yeah, 40 years, friends. Cheers, Jeff.
Yeah. That ruined the mood. We had a poll in the UK for the 100 greatest actors of all time. De Niro was number 2 and Pacino was number 1. That's pretty much how I would have him.
Yeah. Because what is it? De Niro's done stuff like Rocky and Bullwinkle and Meet the Fockers and...
Yeah. Analyze this.
Yeah. Probably some stuff not to be proud of.
Little Fockers.
Yeah, I think I saw the sequel because Dustin Hoffman's in there. I remember that one, and then
that's actually my favorite of those 3.
I didn't see the third one. Yeah.
But then again, on the other hand, he's done Raging Bull and Taxi Driver and Godfather 2. Man, I think his list of bad films are just very much weighed out by the good films. So
yeah, I guess he was doing it. He needed the money in the end, didn't he? The divorces or whatever he was doing. Well, wasn't it most of in the 80s or 90s? He was doing it for his film Tribeca, and he trying to get money for his production company, and then in the later years, it was because of his divorces.
True, yeah. And he's actually, this brings me on to another subject. I didn't really want to mention it, but I figure now we're in this topic. Both De Niro and Pacino have recently become fathers, and Pacino has become a father again, which has been in the news a lot recently. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people have been saying, like, they're too old and this and that. I'm just saying, who cares? Honestly. I've always sort of had that thing. No matter what actors do in their private, it's I separate from the art.
Won't be around.
If Pacino wants to have a baby,
it's
yeah. Same with De Niro. I mean, I was watching one video on YouTube covering this news, and there was one comment that I just saw was the best comment I ever read. Trying to think how it went. Oh yeah. At 83 or 84, whatever his age is now, the comment said he's still saying, "Say hello to my little friend." That cracked me up. That was one of the best comments I read in a while. Cool. Scarface on a re-release in 2011. Yeah, that's when the Blu-ray came out for the first time.
Yeah.
I remember that because obviously it was the first Blu-ray that I purchased. Yeah.
I think 12 years ago. Bloody
Well, I still have that Blu-ray. I just showed it. What the fuck is it? I have so many movies here.
Don't lose it.
Yeah. It was this steel book right here.
Oh, nice.
Protective sleeve.
Yeah, keep it nice. Don't dent it.
It has remained dent-free over the years. Knock on wood. Yeah, there we go. I thought Analyze This was... Yeah, I do like Analyze This.
Analyze This, yeah. Analyze That wasn't as good.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a lesser film. As is usually the case with sequels. Unless we're talking like Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. Or Rocky 1 and 2 in my opinion. Yeah.
Ooh. He's on the wrong
side. With that, you're out of here. No.
Yeah, let me block it. Oh, I don't have the access.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that. Both gave strong performances in their careers, for sure. Yeah. And again, for me, it's just being biased, honestly. Just being personally and subjective. It's Pacino for me because that's where it started for me. So, yeah. But yeah, De Niro was a fine actor, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Life in the old dogs yet.
You gotta wonder.
So yeah, one thing I was going to ask you actually, now that we are on subject of preferring, I know you don't like saying you prefer this to that, you don't like doing rankings, etc., etc. But just in general, where would you rank Pacino among a group of certain actors like De Niro or whatever? If you want to say he's overrated or whatever, that's fine. It's your own opinion. You can say whatever you want.
Bum.
And with that, I'm kidding, guys.
All right. But see, yeah, gangsters and stuff like that's not really my genre I go to. So I know he hasn't done that many, but I'll look at the list of his films and just have a look, see what I would. Like I said, it was like Ocean's 13 is one I'd watch more than Scarface. But yeah, he's more serious work, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. It's like I'd watched stuff like Sea of Love or Dick Tracy and stuff like that. But yeah, he is no doubt that he is awesome. But I do prefer probably his films over De Niro's, thinking about stuff like The Taxi Driver and stuff like that.
Yeah, if I'm thinking, I think De Niro, my favorite performance of De Niro that is really untouchable, and it's for me the only performance that really gets up there among the greatest, I mean, there's a few more that De Niro did, but that is really a great performance. Raging Bull, I thought that was a performance that really rivals for me the Scarface performance by Pacino. Once Upon a Time in America, even though it's a very, very, very long film, that's a really great performance by De Niro and a great film. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, Taxi Driver obviously is a classic. You're talking to me. Actually, I also like 1900, that Bertolucci film that he did. I think after Taxi Driver or just before it.
Okay.
With Gerard, I always pronounce his name wrong. Depardieu.
Sounds all right.
Yeah.
It's about good as Albert.
Could he be watching? I apologize, sir. But yeah, I mean, if I go to Pacino, I can easily just rattle off 10 performances. You know, Scarface, Godfather, Dog Days, Serpico, Son of a Woman, Carlito, Donnie Brasco. There's no doubt that De Niro has done some fine performances, but I can more easily jump to some great Pacino performances than I can De Niro.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what De Niro did in the 90s. Because
I do like Angel Heart as well with De Niro and Mickey Rourke. Yeah, that's a good film. Midnight Run, great film.
Yeah. Bob's done that one. That's probably my favorite De Niro film. Just because it's completely off whatever he did before that.
Yeah.
And just very funny.
If I would say worst film of De Niro, it would be, I think he did that after Midnight Run, shortly after, I think, with Sean Penn, We're No Angels.
Oh, yes.
I only watched it once. I haven't even
I've only watched it once when it came out, so yeah.
Yeah. That film was
It's
terrible.
a remake, isn't it, of a Humphrey Bogart film, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Isn't, Demi Moore in it as the...
I think you're right. It is Demi Moore, yeah.
They're lusting after, or Sean Penn is.
Yeah, true. And we actually have people... Oh, wait, I've skipped one. I think I skipped a few, actually. Here we go, Carlos. Pacino had some great comedic moments in his movie career. Some of your favorites. I always go to the scene in Frankie and Johnny where he finally has sex with...
I was going to say that as well.
Yeah. And he,
leave him alone.
There was a previous scene in the film where he had sex with another woman and he kept very quiet and stuff. And during this scene, Michelle Pfeiffer saying like, shout, I want to hear you. And then the shout he lets out it is absolutely amazing. It makes me chuckle and laugh every time.
But yeah, and then, the overtopping Dick Tracy when. Yeah,
Dick Tracy is
when he's the place is bugged with the teed up and then he's all what's that? And then he's like, okay, tell the boys we're gonna hit the jewel store tonight.
Yeah, those are some great ones. I think also in Scarecrow he gets to play a few funny scenes. He's good in those scenes as well. One of my favorite funny scenes from Scarface, I don't think it's meant to be funny, but it sort of plays out funny, is when he's watching the TV in the hot tub. And he said, oh, Manny, look at this pelican fly. Come on, pelican. And they're actually flamingos that he's watching on the TV. But I do like
the drug.
It is, yeah, but I do like that pelican line. I mean, there's a few actually in Scarface where he's also in the same scene. He says to Michelle Pfeiffer, "How would you know, bobblehead and your white piece of bread," and stuff like that.
Yeah, the insults are great.
And also in the Say Goodnight to the Bad Guy scene where he's like, "Look at that, my wife is a junkie. I got a fucking junkie for a wife," and just sort of berates her. That's also funny. Yeah, there's definitely a few.
Yeah, none in Jack and Jill, but
one moment I actually have to admit, Jack and Jill. It's not like a laugh out loud funny moment, but it's sort of the only joke in the film that makes me chuckle. Is where Adam Sandler, who's playing both roles as Jack and Jill, destroys Pacino's only Oscar, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sure you have others," and he's like, "You'd think it, but oddly enough, I don't." I do like that.
I like that. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I do like the referential part there, but that's about it. Not a fan of the Don Pacino song at the end, actually.
I think I've been here.
Don Pacino. Getting back to Midnight Run is amazing. Yeah, I agree. I think I have that in my top 10 De Niro films, don't I? I did a top 10 recently. Well, I say recently. I think that was about a year ago, but I think I had that in my top 10. Either that or it was definitely an honorable mention. It's a great film. Yeah. Here's just the guy I was looking for. Always knowledgeable. Dr. Impossible. Hiya, Doc. Being a film outsider, I do have a soft spot for And Justice for All, directed by Norman Jewison. I'm out. You're out of order. Solid performance from Pacino and a good courtroom film. Yeah, I agree.
Yes. It's been a while since I've seen it, though.
What happened? I keep losing all my films. Where is it? Trust me, I have it somewhere.
No, I don't trust you.
Oh, wait a minute. There it is.
Holding the telly up. There you go. That's a bad Photoshop.
Yeah, it's not the best cover. Yeah.
He doesn't look like it's his head. Well, it's his head, but doesn't look like his body.
Now that you mention it, yeah. Looks a bit off in proportions.
It's his neck.
Have you seen that one, And Justice for All?
I have years ago. Yeah, I remember it being a good courtroom drama, yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, in terms of courtroom dramas, it's right up there. I mean, I haven't seen all that many. I've seen A Few Good Men, Justice for All.
Evidence.
Yeah, Body of Evidence, yeah. Although, would we call that courtroom drama? Or would we call
it a lot more courtroom drama when I realize it.
Yeah, that's true. Also, Judgment at Nuremberg. I've seen that film. That's also courtroom. Yeah. Oh no, Carlos is starting a new channel.
Oh.
The Nero for Life fan. Here we go. Say from 1968 to 2000.
Oh.
Hang on, the first film I've seen of his is from 73. It's Mean Streets. I haven't seen anything that he did before.
I guess.
He did some De Palma films before that, didn't he?
I was trying to think who it was. Yeah, before he was famous.
Actually, post 2000, there's still a few films that he's done, like The Score with Edward Norton. I actually do like that film. It's been on Marlon Brando in his last performance, I think. You gotta love Marlon Brando as well. He's not a great actor. There's gonna be this is news to me.
What's this of?
I'm assuming this is in reference to And Justice for All.
Okay.
There's going to be a Powerhouse Indicator release of it. Oh no, wait! It seems to. So this is.
He's waiting.
Okay.
I hope so.
Yeah, because I was going to say I do like the US Blu-ray, but if there was going to be some cool edition from Indicator, I do like their edition, so I would have jumped on that. Cape Fear, yeah, that's a great one. Great one with De Niro. I actually watched that recently with my buddy Ramon. De Niro doing that southern accent in that film. Come out wherever you are.
Yeah, I saw that in the cinema.
Damn. No, I'm not saying that because I think you're old. You're making me jealous because I didn't see it. Whenever I think of We're No Angels, I think of Adam and Joe's. I have seen that on YouTube. Yeah, Adam and Joe's Bobby De Niro song. If you haven't seen it, give it a look. I have seen that.
When it came out, I used to watch their show.
It was a UK show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have seen that on YouTube. Yeah, that was a funny song, funny video. Just wondering if Indicator will release further Sony titles. Of late, Indicator have been busy with very niche titles.
Mexican artists.
And Michael J. Murphy. Yeah, I mean, they have done the Big Gun Down, the spaghetti western release. 3 months ago. That's so far. That's my favorite release of this year in terms of physical media. Fantastic edition. We're No Angels first came out in 1953 with Bogart. Bloody hell.
Yeah. So that's 70 years ago. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Poor Manny, he was really the brains behind everything. Art, you know, that's my big mistake that I made in that film. I shouldn't have killed Manolo.
Yeah.
If he hadn't killed Manny, I think he would have survived at the end.
Yeah.
Insomnia, I agree. Pacino and Robin Williams, who actually does a sort of straight role for change. I mean, he has done one in what's that film?
Photo.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Good Will Hunting as well.
Oh yeah.
Dramatic roles. Of course, mostly known for his comedies, but he played a really good villain in that film. Yeah.
Popeye.
What was that?
Popeye is in as well.
Popeye. Oh yeah, with Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall is on.
The poor girl from The Shining. Yeah.
Yes.
But no, I do agree with this, Carlos. Insomnia, a really underrated film. Both Pacino and Williams are excellent in it. I can't wait to do the review for that one because I just ordered the Blu-ray because I have to upgrade my DVD. I have the DVD for ages. I finally ordered a Blu-ray copy, so yeah, that will be the copy I will watch for the review. This is again regarding to the indicator. Yeah. They had a pretty good deal with Sony. I hope their agreement hasn't elapsed. Mean Streets is a good one. Yeah, it is. And as I was saying, I think it was on your soundtrack stream that you did last week, the 80 soundtracks. Be My Baby belongs to Mean Streets and not Dirty Dancing.
No, it's Dirty Dancing. It's in my head. Dirty Dancing.
Comments jumped again.
Yeah, I hate it. You scroll down and it jumps up.
Yeah. Was that how you ducked from A View to a Kill? It could have been. And now you make me think of Christopher Walken again.
Yeah, we're going to get to Walken now. Oh, here we go. What have they done?
By the way, he has also done a film with Walken.
Has he?
Which I do feel is underrated. Stand Up Guys.
Ah, Alan Arkin as well.
Yeah.
I think it looks
familiar. From 2000.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out.
2012, yeah.
Yeah, don't they try and rob somewhere?
Yeah, it's Pacino gets he's released from jail. He gets out of jail, and Walken is his old buddy, his old partner in crime, and they go on sort of like this one last night out sort of thing where they just do coke and all these crazy wild things.
As you do.
It's a great film, actually. Yeah, I do feel that is another of the more underrated ones, especially of later years, of recent years. Yeah, even though I'm saying recent years, but it's already 10 years ago. So,
fuck. Oh yeah, you got to be careful with Derek.
I had no idea about that. But again, as I've said before, I mean, I don't care what these people do in their real life. I separate the art from the work from the person. So. Hey, there we go. He did some early De Palma films. Greetings and Hi Mom. Yeah, I've heard about those. I haven't seen them.
No.
Oh, and Greetings was 68. We'll have to check those out.
Yeah, I wonder if they're readily available. Ooh.
I was pissed about California split. Indicator couldn't get the film due to rights issues, but Sony did try to secure the film.
Yeah.
California split, is that trying to think now? I've heard about that.
Is that spelled right? Or is that something else I'm thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of California Suite, not Split. Yeah.
I'm sure Dr. Impossible will.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. More than I do.
As much as I love the Tony Montana performance, I think he overdone Cuban accent slightly. But that things are more funny than they should be. Well, the thing is, I think Pacino has pretty much admitted that he did that on purpose. He wanted to make it bigger, larger than life. He wanted to sort of overdo everything, not make the character three-dimensional, but two-dimensional. He did that on purpose. Again, is it overdone a little bit? Yeah. I mean, I think the only person that overdoes it more is Rod Steiger in The Specialist.
Of course,
yeah, he sort of does the same voice, but he does it even thicker. Yeah. But that's an interesting point, though, Carlos. Yeah. I like the remake of Cape Fear more than the original. Yeah, I have seen the original.
Yeah, I think so too on that one.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree there. Yeah. De Niro was much more creepier in that film than was it Mitchum was the bad guy in the original?
Yeah, Mitchum was the bad guy. Peck was the good guy.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's later for me, Rob.
Yeah, he's an hour ahead of me. So
yeah.
Afternoon for Rob.
Yeah, but the good news is I will be entering into another few night shifts after this one, so I'm already getting used to the rhythm. So disappointed that they shelved Ishtar. Now that's a turkey right there, isn't it? Ishtar.
Yeah.
They flop with Dustin Hoffman, wasn't it, and Warren Beatty?
Yeah, that's the one. I remember that. Bloody hell. Somehow it lost money, even though it was somehow it had a big budget for what it was. I don't know. It was their wages.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to be honest, I've only heard about that one, but because of, people are so negative on it, I've avoided the film, but definitely will be one I will be checking out sometime in the future. I mean, Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman, I do like those guys, so
it should be
will be worth a watch just because of that, but yeah. Where can I sit down?
I was about the stand-up guys. Was it?
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Stand-up guys.
No, yeah, when did I watch it?
I think it got a very limited release here in the Netherlands because I didn't see it in cinemas.
I didn't see it in the cinemas for sure, but I did rent it or whatever it was by then.
Actually, it never even got a physical media release here. I had to import the UK release, even though I say import, got this from Carlos Eastwood for Life in a package we did a while ago. But
oh bloody hell!
I think that was in the 80s, wasn't it? Ishtar,
yeah.
84, 83, somewhere around there.
Yeah, definitely around 83, 84, 85, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's not a film that sits happily with me. I didn't laugh once. Oh, so it's supposed to be a comedy, but it's not?
It's supposed to be a comedy where the two of them are like a cabaret act that go touring around the desert or something. I can't remember now.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a reason it's not. It's one of those that's not good, even though it lost a lot of money.
Robin Williams was scary and weird in 1 Hour Photo. That's actually one I haven't seen yet, 1 Hour Photo.
Ah.
What's that about?
The weirdo in that one.
I think I heard of it. Isn't he playing also a serial killer or something in that? Or what was it?
He's a creepy guy.
Ah.
That works in 1 Hour and keeps pictures of people and stuff like that. But yeah, it escalates.
Definitely sounds interesting. I mean, based on performance in Insomnia, that would definitely, I think that would be my alley. Yeah. It's very sluggishly paced, but I honestly think there's some moments of brilliance in it. Oh, this is Ishtar. Yeah. Okay, so we have one guy saying it's it's terrible, and we have
you need to saying, watch yourself to give your opinion. That has like 90 minutes back.
Brilliance must be.
Yeah, there you go. It was in the desert. I was right. I thought it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is a universe, shared universe.
Actually, yeah, The Specialist. It also takes place in Miami, same as.
There you go.
And I think actually they used the house that Robert Loggia has in Scarface. They used that in The Specialist, so there are some connections there. So yeah, The Intern was actually quite good with De Niro and Hathaway. Yeah, I do like that film.
I was surprised. I got it. Well, I was just lame. He's actually pretty good in it, isn't he?
Yeah, I must say, I think of the last sort of 10 to 15 years, that's definitely That's up there. That's one of the better ones for De Niro. Yeah, I did like that. The Blind Camel.
No, the Blind Camel.
Yeah, I'm being intrigued.
It's going to be worth a £2 rental.
Mikey and Nicky, directed by Ishtar's Elaine May.
Mikey. Was it Mikey and Nikey?
Mikey and Nicky. I
Doesn't ring a bell.
No, it doesn't.
Hang on.
Mikey and Nicky.
Oh, if I could spell. Oh, it's a 76. Nicky's on the run from the mob, and he turns to his old pal Mickey for help. Let's have a look. Written and directed by William Hickey, and doesn't say who's. Emma Walsh, Peter Falk, John Cassavetes, Ned Beatty, lots of actors. Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah.
Drama.
That's going to have to be one I'm going to add to the list because I have never heard of it.
Thank you, Doctor.
Always there to recommend some great films. Yeah.
I thought the original Heartbreak Kid was excellent. Yeah.
Heartbreak Kid.
The one I'm thinking of is the Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Mess. But yeah, I do know there was an older version, but I don't know.
Yeah, no idea. Heartbreak Kid was quality.
Definitely talking about the older version then.
Yeah, I think I've only seen that Ben Stiller film once.
Yeah. That's enough.
One thing I did also want to point out when you did the 80s soundtrack stream last week, what source did you get that list from again?
You're going to track him down. Empire Magazine.
Empire Magazine. It's a shame that this soundtrack wasn't on that list. And this is actually the newly released La La Land release of the full score of Scarface. There's actually
bloody hell.
This has all the expanded tracks
and the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of my recent pickups, but yeah, when I think about some great 80s, excuse me, I have to get some water. My throat is getting dry, but when I think about great 80s soundtracks, Scarface is definitely up there for me. You know, the Push It to the Limit song. It made one of the best montages in 80s film. It even rivals, in my opinion, some of the Rocky montages.
Yeah.
And just all the disco songs and the Marauder score.
Yep.
Yeah, that should have been on there. It's a shame. It will definitely be on my top 20 or top 10 80 soundtrack lists.
Oh yeah, there was a few on there I wouldn't have had on there, but yeah.
Yeah, there were some of the ones I was like, really? I mean, Dirty Dancing is a great soundtrack, but most of it is 60s music. So does it qualify as 80s? It's debatable, isn't it? Oh wait, have we froze? Gareth, are you still there? Either he has froze or he's very good at acting like a statue. Or I'm frozen. Crap. Having some issues. Guys, let us know what's happening. Can you see me? Can you see Gareth? What's happening? Oh, we lost Gareth, so I guess that was not on my end, the disturbance, the hiccup. All right, it's back to me. Let's see, where did I leave off with the comments? Oh yeah. Even though it's a movie I don't like to watch often, Pacino plays a heroin junkie in the Panic and Needle Park is hard-hitting and well-acted. Yeah, and that will be my first review that will be up on this upcoming Friday. And I actually do make that point that it's a very well-made movie, well-acted, everything. But it is a tough subject matter for sure. It's not for everyone. It's yeah, I do like the Pine Needle Park. I mean, definitely you can see where why Coppola wanted Pacino for The Godfather. Neil Simon, brilliant playwright. I'm assuming this is in regards to the Heartbreak Kid. Charles Grodin and Sybil Shepherd were in the... okay. Thank you, Franz. Hey, Matthew. Unfortunately, we lost Garrett, it seems. I'm actually going to quickly go get a glass of water and get a smoke. And hopefully he'll be back by then. So excuse me as I'm just going to take a quick stroll to the kitchen. But how are you, Matthew? Good morning. Good to see you here. Stay with us, folks, for life. All right, let's put the iPad right here. There we go. I'm in frame. That's good. Gareth, if you're still with us. Oh shit. Whole area has had a power cut. Fuck. That sucks. Anyway, let me just quickly fill my glass of water because my throat is really, really dry. That's better. Wet the old whistle. That sucks. If you are able to join again, we shall see you in Mo, maybe. If not, thank you for being on the stream, Gareth. Appreciate it as always. You're always welcome. By the way, I have earlier shared the link in the comments. So if anybody else would like to pop on, talk Pacino, you guys will be more than welcome to. Now I'm looking for my cigarettes. God damn it. I will be right back. And we're back. As Arnie would say, I'm back. Watching Mannequin. I don't think I've seen that one. It doesn't ring a bell at the moment anyway. Rodin's Thinker. Yeah, cheers, Carlos. Yeah, Garrett has indeed frozen, and now we know why. The power cut. That's okay, Gareth. Like I said, if with some miracle you're able to join back on, feel free. If not, no worries, and thank you very much for being on the stream. Actually, I'm going to turn this thing off and open the door to let the smoke out. Just open the door a little bit because it is hot today, just like it is in the UK from what I've gathered. There we go. But anyway, no, that's okay, Gareth. I did like De Niro in The Good Shepherd about the development of the CIA. Yeah, that was a pretty good film. Didn't really take to it the first time when I saw it, but on rewatches, that is a film that I do like more and more, indeed. Oh yeah, I think the same with France here. I need to watch it again. Thought it was pretty good when I saw it in the cinema. Yeah, it has been a while since I watched that film. Whole town is out, won't be able to rejoin. Ah, okay, that's a real bummer. Well, like I said, thanks. Anyway, Gareth, always a pleasure having you on. Always a pleasure being on the stream with you. And thanks for appearing on the stream regardless. So yeah, least favorite Pacino films. There's certainly a couple. There's certainly a few. I mean, every actor has a few duds in their career. There's not one actor I think who has a flawless filmography where every film is a hit, etc., etc. I would say maybe Revolution is definitely one of the lesser ones. Jack and Jill definitely is the least favorite film that he's in. Wasn't a big fan of Manglehorn. Hangman was pretty weak. Let's see. Still ambivalent on Cruising, to be honest. Like I said, I do like Cruising. I like the filmmaking that's behind it. Pacino does have a good performance in it. But just because the film, well, point A is a little uncomfortable to watch in certain scenes. And point B, it's still a bit confusing on, the storyline and the ending and who the killer is, etc., etc. But yeah, I think Cruising I would have higher than the other ones I mentioned. Let's see. What else is there? Some lesser ones. City Hall from 1996, which he reteamed with Sea of Love director Harold Becker on that film. Sort of a political drama, intrigue sort of film. He plays the mayor of New York City in that film. Wasn't really for me. Yeah, those would just be some of my lesser favorites there, Carlos. By all means, guys, let me know some of your lesser favorites. I think pretty much everybody will mention Jack and Jill, but that's a good question, Carlos. Yeah, I really need it because my throat was really dry. Yeah. I had the power cut last night, and it's Garrett's turn. Yeah. What time is it there now in Australia, Matthew? I think it should be like 6, 7 in the morning. I don't know if I'm guessing that correctly, but I think it's very early in the morning for you guys, right? Probably probably old Bruce biting on an electric cable in the Bristol. The shark from Jaws. Yeah, I get it. Jaws, the power cut revenge. That I have to say again there, Carlos, Danny Collins. That is another one that I would say from his last, sort of 10 to 15 years, 20 years of the recent years. That is one of my more favorite Pacino films. He plays a sort of aging singer in that film, folk singer or something like that. It's actually based or inspired by true events, true story. Really good film. Really heartfelt performance by Pacino and Bobby Cannavale, who plays his son. He's reconnecting with his son. He hasn't seen him in years. That's a good film. I do recommend you to watch that film, Carlos. That's a really good one, in my opinion, anyway. Cruising is a bit odd, yeah. It is an odd one, but it's impossible to dismiss. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not dismissing it by any way, shape, or form. In any way, shape, or form. But it's not the most comfortable and the most pleasant film to watch. Let's put it that way. It's a bit disturbing in places. This and that. But yeah, it's 8 in the morning. Bloody hell! You're an early riser then, Matthew. I mean, I usually don't get up until about afternoon, to be honest. And if I have night shift, then forget about it. I'm gonna be up 6, 7 p.m. in the evening. Cruising is a tough watch. Seeing Pacino taking on a role for that time actually makes a great actor taking on a difficult and controversial role. Yeah, true. But the thing is, he actually did the same with Dog Day Afternoon, didn't he? Where he played uh, essentially a bisexual / homosexual bank robber who was actually robbing the bank to pay for his lover's sex change operation, which that was 1975. I actually talk about this in a review, which I've actually just done today. I did a review for that film. For that time, very sort of risque, taboo subjects. And the film, was praised and loved by everybody at the time. And I don't think many people gave it backlash over those subject matters. But yeah, Cruising is definitely another one that falls into that role. And Cruising also had a very, very tough production, to be honest. People were protesting it. There were protests in the gay community. They were protesting the film. They were actually causing trouble on the set. Shooting was a nightmare. So yeah, Cruising, I would say I do respect the film and everything, but again, it's not the most pleasant film in Pacino's filmography to watch. That's for sure. Oh, that's good to hear, Matthew. What are some of your favorites? We have talked earlier about some favorites and least favorites and such. For if you don't know, my favorite is Scarface. Bonus points if you mention that film. Haven't seen Jack and Jill. I was never a Sandler fan apart from Punch Drunk Love. But I don't see it as a Pacino film, even though I hear he has a substantial role. Yeah, he does. I guess proper description would be like glorified cameo. He's in it enough to say that, he's in it, if that makes sense. But it's still sort of more of a cameo role nonetheless, even though it is a quite substantial and expanded cameo role at that. So yeah, but it's probably it is going to be one that I will review, unfortunately, because I will be talking about everything that Pacino was in. I will exclude a film like We're No Animals or We're Animals or something like that from 2013, because that is one where he really just has a cameo and he's only in it for like 30 seconds, whatever. And his first film, Me, Natalie, from 1969, he was in that for like a minute. I will exclude that film as well. Might do it as a bonus episode, but on that, before I return to the movie cave, let me close the door here so we don't have anyone getting in. And I shall make the journey back up. I'm in the dark here. Okay, there we go. Where do I put this? Fuck it. Put it there. Sorry you guys have to deal with this clunky maneuvering the camera and stuff, but we'll get it. There we go. But yeah, getting on that comment just for a second. The only thing really that I like of Adam Sandler is the baseball film, Happy Gilmore, and also Anger Management with Jack Nicholson. I do like that film, but aside from those two, not the biggest Adam Sandler fan myself. True. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen an interview where Pacino talks about it, to be honest. I think it's one of those things when he does interviews. I think his agents and publicists and stuff, they will say that people don't mention Cruising to him because he doesn't like it. I think that might be the case for him. It's one of those films he just doesn't want to talk about. And that actually is... just a minute. That actually segues into this comment here as well. Yeah, Friedkin did not get along with Pacino, and I have seen an interview with Friedkin that he did a few years ago, I think, where he was sort of really negative on Pacino, and he was saying like, I don't give a fuck what Pacino thinks and stuff like that. Which, yeah, it's a shame because imagine another cop thriller with Friedkin and Pacino teaming up. It would have been, you know, if they did another one, if they got on and they did a second film together. Because if you look at Pacino's career in the early days, when he had a director he liked and trusted, he would work with him a lot. You know, he worked with Francis Ford Coppola on the 2 Godfather films. He worked with Sidney Lumet on the 2 films, Serpico and Dog Day Afternoon. He worked with De Palma twice. And if he has a director he likes, he usually will team up with him again. This is something that I've noticed. Or at least it works out that they team up again. But yeah, it's a shame. Just wondering, you being a huge Pacino fan, do you have a head like Pacino, War and Cruising? Don't have that item. No. I've also never been to a gay bar, if that's where this is going. But oh wait, I had this one already. Yeah. This is what I was referring to earlier. Yeah, Friedkin got quite pissy about Pacino's thoughts. Yeah, that I think the exact quote, what he said is, I don't give a flying fuck about what Pacino thinks, or something like that. And even in my there it is. Even on the Arrow Blu-ray, there is a audio commentary with William Friedkin. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's on there somewhere. And in the audio commentary, he also is dissing Pacino quite a bit, which, you know, it's his opinion, but what can you do? They just didn't get on. Is there an actor that you like Pacino to be in a movie with? Ooh, that is a really, really good question. Because he's worked with pretty much everybody by now, hasn't he? He's worked with De Niro, Christopher Walken. He technically worked with Dustin Hoffman because Dustin Hoffman was in Dick Tracy as well. He's worked with so many. James Caan, Michael Rooker in Sea of Love. I do like Michael Rooker a lot as well. I guess really the only big ones that I would really love him to work with, or would have loved for him to have worked with in the past, yeah. Because I don't think it's going to happen. But him with Stallone is a no-brainer. I don't know if you guys have seen the reality show that Sly is doing now. But there is, in the first episode, which I've only seen the first episode because that is free to watch on YouTube, on Paramount Plus if you have the VPN. In the first episode of the Stallone reality show, he is sitting sort of outside of this restaurant with Pacino, and Dolph Lundgren is there, and he's sort of having this rapport with Pacino. And I was like, those two in a film together would really, really work. You know, the 2 Italian brothers right there. That is one that I would love to see, Pacino and Stallone. But also, I think we might have talked about this on the Eastwood stream that we did a few weeks ago, maybe on regrets of Eastwood's career. But I would have loved to have seen him work with Eastwood as well. I think that would have been really, really good. Pacino and Eastwood in the film. Actually surprised me when I watched Clint Eastwood's Jersey Boys that Christopher Walken was in that. I was like, damn, this is amazing. This could have been maybe like a Pacino role, but yeah, because he's that type of actor. But there you go, Matthew. Scarface is my favorite too. Badass movie, one of the best. You have got it right there. You know the deal, Matthew. You know the deal. Can't go wrong with Tony Montana. Or say hello to my real friend, you fucking cockroach. All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. Do you understand? You got me talking about Scarface. We're gonna be here for 2 hours, believe me. Yeah, true. Would have been interesting to see what their Born of 4th of July would have been. Yeah, because I think he was going to do that, wasn't he? Yeah. I think I've also seen this one here. Freaking had a go at an interview on YouTube about cruising. Freakin's face was so red. I thought he'd spontaneously combust. Yeah, I think I've seen that one as well. There's Freakin is an interesting guy. I mean, he's done some great films. You know, Exorcist, French Connection. Right here, To Live and Die in LA. That's another great film. But he's definitely an interesting guy behind the camera. Have you read Friedkin's autobiography? It's pretty good, but he leaves stuff out. He totally skips Deal of the Century and The Guardian. Unfortunately, no, I haven't read his autobiography, if I can pronounce it. Whatever it says down there. Don't make me pronounce these difficult words. I'm from the Netherlands. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. Give me a break. Biography. That's how you pronounce it. Damn it. But no, I haven't read that. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and like I think Stallone said he tried to get Pacino for Paradise Alley, which was the film he did after Fist, if I'm not mistaken. The first film Stallone directed, and I think the part ended up being played by Armand Assante because of scheduling conflicts. But he was going for Pacino for that film, which would have been interesting. That would have been 1978, 77. You know, so both Stallone and Pacino in their prime together in a film. Even though Paradise Alley is not my favorite Stallone film, that would have been an interesting one for sure. Absolutely. Oh, I was able to see a 35mm screening of that recently with a Q&A by Wang Chung afterwards. Ah, yes. Great experience. I bet, you lucky devil. Yeah, Freakin' never talks about the Brinks job either. Ooh, I have to say I've not heard that film. But if it's Freakin', that is definitely one I'm adding to my list ASAP right now. The Brinks job. There we go. Yeah, lucky bastard indeed. Yes. If Pacino hadn't have played Tony Montana in Scarface, which actor could have played him? And you can't say the obvious choice in De Niro. Oh my God, don't make me do this, Carlos. I can't see anybody but Pacino in that part. That's the thing. I know that De Niro was up for it. I think De Niro said if Al wasn't going to do it, he was going to do it with Scorsese. It would have been a different film, I think. I don't think it would have been the Cuban Mariel Boatlift 1980s setting. I think it would have been more of a true remake, because we shouldn't forget that Scarface is a remake of the 1932 Paul Muni film directed by Howard Hawks. I think if that team up were to happen, it would have been more of the original in the remake. It would have been more of a straight adaptation of that. It would have been set in the 1930s, bootlegging, this and that. You know, I think you always mention this, Carlos, that Tomas Milian in Almost Human sort of reminds you of Pacino's performance in Scarface. And you say that maybe Pacino took that as an inspiration. Who knows? Could have been. But I could see Tomas Milian maybe as Tony Montana. I mean, it would be an easy fit because Tomas Milian was Cuban, which is what the character is. But again, I think if any other actor took the role, I think it would have been a different movie in terms of, you know, the setting and the aesthetics and stuff. It wouldn't have been 80s. It wouldn't have been Coke. It wouldn't have been disco music and stuff. I think it would have really been. It's just a more straight up sort of gangster film, like, you know, The Untouchables, where it's set in the Prohibition with bootlegging and stuff. So I hope that answers it. But honestly, yeah, I can't see anybody but Pacino. Pacino is that role. I mean, that role. Arnie is the Terminator. Stallone is Rocky. And Pacino was Tony Montana. You know, it's the defining role, in my opinion. Yes, it is past midnight here as well. I think in about 10 minutes or so, we're gonna hit the 2 hour mark. I'm gonna be, I think, wrapping this up anyway. So have a good evening there. Have a good night. Good night's rest, Mr. McCall. Before I go out equalizing the odds, yeah. Have a good one there, Bob. Indeed, cheers, Bob. I think Stallone could have had a much more interesting career in certain respects, but he's been guilty of multi-managing his career too much. Maybe now that he's older, he can put that aside. Yeah, well, the thing is, he's finally sort of. I think that might be true because if you look now, he's never really played a gangster before in his career. I think he auditioned for The Godfather. He was going to be an extra at the wedding or whatever. He might have auditioned for the Paulie role in The Godfather. But I think that's about the only sort of instance where Stallone was even considered or up for or tried out for a gangster role. Until now, we have Tulsa King, where Stallone plays a mobster, which I think really fits him. I think it's way overdue that he plays a mobster role. That would be something actually if Pacino and De Niro. Imagine this. This is sort of like just like me brainstorming here a little bit. Imagine in season 2 of Tulsa King, which I think will happen because season 1 of Tulsa King was quite successful and popular. Imagine if in season 2 they bring in Al Pacino as a former associate of Stallone, and he's also a gangster or a mobster just like Stallone. I think I should email Paramount and give them that idea. I mean, Pacino is doing TV now as well. He did TV show Hunters, which Gareth mentioned earlier. So I can see it. Season 2 of Tulsa King, bringing in Pacino. I say make that shit happen. Indeed, yeah. Good night, Bob. I would say my choice, James Caan. Ooh, that's another interesting one. James Caan, he could have done it. Thomas Millian would have been more unknown compared to those actors for sure. Yeah, which is unfortunate because Thomas Millian is also, in all respects, another fine actor. Yeah, James Caan is an interesting one. I think that the thing with James Caan, he's been in so many great movies, this and that, but just like Pacino will always be, have his signature role be Tony Montana. I think I will never stop thinking about James Caan as anybody but Sonny Corleone in The Godfather. That was his role he was born to play. So every movie I see him in, it's like, hey, it's Sonny from The Godfather. It would have been interesting. I gave you that. Let me just have another drink here. The only bummer about To Live and Die in LA screening was that I couldn't get my soundtrack album signed. Yeah, that is a bummer. Especially if people that were on the soundtrack were there, yeah. Friedkin has never been an easy director. Yeah, from all accounts, he's not the most easygoing guy, indeed. I say good night to the bad guy, man. It's the last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Thanks for joining in, Carlos. Appreciate the support and appreciate you tuning in. Keep punching. Let me find the lens. There it is. And I'm sure we'll speak soon. We still have to do a face call this week, so let me know on that, Carlos. We shall speak off YouTube about that. And take care. Oh, and just before you go, as you mentioned it earlier, do check out Danny Collins. I have it right here. I mean it. This is a really, really good film. I do recommend Danny Collins. So yeah, do I have one more question for you guys before we wrap? Yeah, I think somebody here, I forget who it was. I think it might have been Franz or Bob or somebody mentioned the most underrated Pacino film, and I gave my answers as Bobby Deerfield. Even I would say Scarecrow. Um, I like that somebody mentioned this one, offer. Yeah, I would say Donnie Brasco as well. What would be some of your guys' favorite, most underrated Pacino films? And I think we might have some more clips to end up on if we have answered these questions. Still getting the hang of StreamYard, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, let me know, guys, some of your favorite underrated films. Surprised nobody has mentioned his great work in TV movies and HBO and stuff, because he did this fantastic miniseries, Angels in America, with HBO, which is another one I do really like, even though on this particular DVD, it's a very long sitting. It's like 6 hours. It's supposed to be a mini series where it's split into parts and you watch it in segments. But on this DVD, it's like a full movie. But I do like that one as well. Actually, what is really, in my opinion, a really, really underrated Pacino film that I don't think gets talked about enough is from 2002, Simone. I think this film was really, really ahead of its time. If this was released today, I honestly feel this would get a better reception. And you think about it, we have a digital actress in this film, which unfortunately nowadays it's hitting a bit too close to home, isn't it? With all the CGI stuff that's going on and all the things they can do with the computers nowadays. This film was 2002. I think this film really, really deserves a bit more reappraisal, especially nowadays, because this was ahead of its time, in my opinion. Let's see. Would Sea of Love? I think pretty much most people would consider Sea of Love as a sort of Pacino classic, if you will. But we'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, I think, especially nowadays, unfortunately, there might be people who haven't seen Sea of Love or maybe not the biggest fan of it, because it is certain in that genre of like erotic thrillers, and people take more to Basic Instinct, etc., etc., Fatal Attraction, films like that. But I think this one in that sort of group, it sort of gets left by and forgotten. So yeah, I would say in that respect, it is a bit underrated. But yeah, I do love this film, Sea of Love. Yeah. Let's see, do I have another one here? How do you guys feel about this one if you've seen it? Two for the Money. I think this is also, I mean, I'm biased because I'm the big Pacino fan, so I find most of his films watchable or underrated or whatever, but I feel this is also actually a pretty decent film with Matthew McConaughey, right, and Rene Russo was always great. I do like this film as well. There's so many. I mean, I have all my Pacino films right here. There's many underrated ones. Maverick director, I still admire Michael Cimino. That's a great director as well. Yeah, I mean, The Deer Hunter, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, even that film with Mickey Rourke. I watched that for the first time, I think 2 years ago or something like that. Year of the Dragon. That was a great film. That was a really, really great film. I still have to see that film he did about the Yakuza, I think, or the Yakuza film. But yeah, I do also really love Michael Cimino. Yeah, absolutely. Simone. Like I said, if that was released today, if that got a theatrical release today, re-release, whatever, you can even just take the film, put it on cinema screens right now, I think it would get much better reception. I was going to talk about this, the most recent Pacino film that we have so far. How do you guys feel about House of Gucci? Because honestly, just ignoring the fact that something fell down over there, but I'll be okay. Honestly, going into this, I wasn't expecting too much. But I would say this film really, really surprised me. Ridley Scott, who was a great director, he pulled off, making me invested into this film, which I really thought going into it wouldn't be sort of my cup of tea, dealing with Gucci and the fashion industry and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, it turned out to be more about the family drama and the struggle and stuff. I honestly like, and so far this is the most recent Pacino film that we have. As of now, this will probably be the last review to end the series, which is kicked off by this live stream. Because I think Pacino on IMDb, actually, now that I have my phone with me, let me check. I think he has a few projects that are in development right now. Oh my god, the first thing I see on IMDb is the Expendables 4 trailer. Al Pacino. I'm getting YouTube notifications now. Oh yeah, he has 6 films in production. In production, post-production, pre-production, post-production, and development, pre-production. Yeah, and the last movie credit on his IMDb right now is House of Gucci. Oh, I still have to see this film, by the way, American Trader. If anybody has seen that, do you recommend it? I haven't seen that film yet. That's one I will need to get. But yeah, as of now, House of Gucci is his final film to date. So that is funny. Yeah, what can you say with The Deer Hunter? Fantastic film. One of the best. Yeah, Year of the Dragon. I remember watching that, and I was really not too sure what to expect of it. I knew it was sort of like this new noir crime film with Mickey Rourke. But I thoroughly enjoyed that film. Really enjoyed it. The ending was great. I remember the end. I'm not going to spoil it, but I remember that ending was really good. Still haven't watched House of Gucci. Okay, but I've always liked Gaga. I honestly think she's going to be a great Harley Quinn. Yeah, that's another point going into this. I had not seen A Star Is Born yet. I still haven't seen it actually. I should really watch it. So I was also a bit trepidatious about Lady Gaga's role in the film, but she really surprised me in this. She really, really did. She made a believer out of me, to be honest. I think she's a really fine actress, and I am also, just like you, friends, looking forward to what she's going to do with the Harley Quinn role. Margot Robbie is amazing, beautiful, amazing, talented. But I think this Harley Quinn, this Joker film that's in production, it's going to be an interesting one for sure. Anyway, Ridley Scott. Ooh, not a Ridley Scott fan. Then I take it, Dr. Impossible. And on that bombshell, which is the last comment right now, we're going to play the trailer one more time. We're going to play the trailer just one more time that I put together, and which will be uploaded also on YouTube on my channel right after the stream. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here comes the trailer once more.
Expecting an army?
No.
Nobody move! Get over there! Don't fucking move! Put him down! Don't ever fucking move! Shut the fuck up!
Fucking guns away!
Drop that gun! Put their guns down! Put their guns down! Put fucking guns down!
Need I remind you, you are in a court of law?
You die, motherfucker!
Mitzi, will you be baptized?
What you think I am, huh? What you think I am, a fucking worm like you?
So yeah, there you guys have it. That was the trailer one more time, and at this point I would like to wrap up and thank everybody for tuning in to this live stream and tuning into the comments, and big thank you and much love sent. Oh, let me do it right. If I can fucking, there we go. Much love sent to my buddy Gareth for joining us in person on the stream. Always welcome, buddy, if you're still watching. Had a pleasure talking Pacino with you. Maybe it's a possible idea to do a Pacino stream in the future for both of us, a watch party. I mean, it is Scarface's 40th anniversary. It might be in the books. We would have to talk about that for sure. But it's a definite, it's an option. So yeah, every week from this upcoming Friday, the 9th of June, there will be a Al Pacino movie review on my channel. Season 1, I'm going to be covering every film from the Panic and Needle Park onwards, and season 1 will be Panic and Needle Park until 1985's Revolution. That will be the season quote-unquote finale, and season 2 will pick up with A Sea of Love and go on from there. But this Friday, there's going to be the review for the 1971 Jerry Schatzberg directed film, The Panic and Needle Park, starring Al Pacino and Kitty Winn. So tune in then. It's going to be on Friday, 8:30 p.m. CET, Central European Time, which I think will be 7:30 p.m. in the UK. Don't ask me about the Australian or American times. I have no idea, but I think for Australia will be somewhere maybe in the night or in the early morning, and for the US that would probably be also in the morning or somewhere in the afternoon. But yeah, this upcoming Friday, and from Friday, every Friday, there's going to be an Al Pacino movie review at the same time, every Friday at 8:30 p.m. European time. So yeah, tune in then. Hope to see you guys put in some comments on those videos. Hope you will like the reviews first and foremost. I've been putting some work into them, working with voiceover and working off a script and stuff. It's the first time for me doing videos in that sort of way. Featuring some great clips and stuff, so I really hope you guys will enjoy. Anyway, that's it for tonight, as there's it's pretty late. It's 1:30 p.m. or a.m. I should say now. It's in the morning, 1:30 a.m. So it's time to hit the sack. I probably will watch another Pacino film. Like I said earlier, I am going into a night shift tomorrow, the upcoming night, so I'm trying to get in the rhythm already. I probably will watch a Pacino film. I actually watched Cruising yesterday, so the next up for my rewatching is Offer, which I think I might pop that film on now after this. So thank you, Dr. Impossible. Thank you, Franz Sanchez, still my favorite Bond villain. Thank you, Carlos Eastwood for Life fan. Thank you, Bob McCall. Going through the list there, and anybody else who tuned in, because I can't scroll back further for some reason. I think Rob's Vintage Videos tuned in. Cheers to everyone. If I didn't name you, I'm sorry. Thanks everybody. Keep punching and keep talking films, and look forward to the Pacino review series, and catch you later. Say goodnight to the bad guy. The last time you see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Okay? Okay, let's get this off. Okay, let's end the podcast. Okay? Have a little bit of fun at the end. At the fucking podcast.